What's going on, guys? It is Vexian, and today I'm going to be doing the top 5 defenders in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, recently I did the top 5 attackers video, and a lot of people were asking for defenders, so I'm going to be doing that today. Now, with that being said, a little disclaimer like in the last video, these are all just my personal preference. This is what I would recommend. Pick one of these 5, and you should be good to go in most scenarios. Although that doesn't mean these 5 are better than some other operators. There are some other operators in certain scenarios which will be much better. Now, with all that being said and getting all out of the way, let's get right into this, and we're going to start off with an honorable mention, and that is going to be Wamai. Wamai comes in at 6th. Wamai is coming in at 6th because though his gadget's really good, denying 7 pieces of utility, that is over the course of the entire round, and on top of that, his guns are pretty lackluster. The AUG takes up too much screen real estate, and the MP5K is just too weak, and he doesn't have C4 or impacts, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, and I believe that makes him a relatively weak operator. Though his gadget is fantastic, and in conjunction with the 5th place operator on this list, makes him incredibly strong. And the 5th place operator on this list is going to be Jaeger. Now, even though Jaeger got a nerf recently, he's still incredibly good. Incredibly good. Probably one of the best operators in the game, and that's why he lands himself 5th on the list. So with that being said, let's get into why he's so good. If you look, let's take a look at his load. So here's the M870 Shotgun. This is more of a meme shotgun. A lot of people who remember like recruit rushes and stuff remember this shotgun. It's a meme shotgun, not really meant to be used. If we look at his 416 carbine, easily one of the best guns in the game on defense. Doesn't take up screen real estate like Wamai's AUG, but hits like an AR because it is an AR. It's a carbine. 38 damage, 740 fire rate, and 30 capacity. This gun is absolutely insane, and I believe it should still be nerfed. It's been nerfed quite heavily, obviously taking the ACOG away, lowering its damage down to 38 when I believe at one point it was 42 or 43. Absolutely incredible. Very low recoil. Incredibly good gun. On top of that is a secondary, the P12. P12 is not the best secondary, although it does hit pretty hard with 44 damage, so if you do get in a position where you have to pull it out, it's not a bad weapon to have. It also comes with barbed wire and bulletproof cam, although you're usually going to see him bring barbed, which is incredibly useful. It's pretty good. It also helps with the trap meta. So overall, Jaeger's incredibly good. If you guys don't know what his gadget does, he has the active defense system. These are like trophy system. They have 2 charges, which can take out grenades, flashbangs, smokes. And those are incredibly important, especially in the meta where you have to burn these. You have to burn utility in order to execute on a site. So if, say, you put these on the other side of a reinforced wall or on a doorway to site, they have to clear this before they can flash out to push or before they can smoke to get the plant off. That is why Jaeger is integral to most defenses in the game. Incredibly strong, super good, highly recommend playing Jaeger. Though he did recently lose his speed, and that's probably why he's lower on this list in my opinion. He could have been much higher if he didn't lose his 3 speed, but I mean, now that he's a lower speed, he also can tank more, which I don't really think people understand. You're going to see him survive a lot more gunfights. Where before, maybe because he had less armor, he'd be dealt with more easily. Now, he can take an extra body shot or 2, and that right there can win gunfights as Jaeger with an incredibly good weapon. And he still roams incredibly good. Nothing's really changed about that. Next up on the list, see my boy Mute. I'm a Mute man. I play a lot of Mute, and I absolutely love it. Mute is, in my opinion, the best wall denial operator in the game. Though he has counters such as Kali can counter him, Thatcher is his primary counter, and Twitch. All these things are true, and they can be countered as well as with vertical play. But Mute, out of any other defender in the game, can deny the most walls. If placed right, you can get 3 panels on certain walls. You can see this a lot in maps like Chalet, and you can also see this in Canal. You can get a lot of panels, and that's what makes him so strong. Not only that, is his gadget also can be used as utility denial if you run in conjunction with a Mozzie. No information at all. Very good for information denial, and extremely good for denying a wall. I primarily use him for denying a wall, but if we bring a Mozzie in our team for ranked or something, I'll also run him just for information denial. And if you take a deeper look, MP5K, relatively weak gun, not that strong. But the M570A1, my favorite shotgun in this game. Most of the time, you're going to be getting one shots with the shotgun, and if you're not, you can slap a laser on, make the spread a little bit tighter. Unbelievably good. Probably the best shotgun in the entire game, in my opinion. I've been using it for years, and it's incredible. On top of that, he has the best gun in the game, the SMG-11. This is the best secondary in the game, the best SMG in the game, the best just everything in the game. I believe it has the highest DPS out of any gun. 35 damage at 1270 fire rate is incredible. Capacity of 16. So you're usually going to be picking up 2, maybe 3 kills per mag with this if placed well. It does have a little bit of a high recoil, which makes it slightly harder to control, but if you put the grip on there, put a sight, a compensator, or a flashlight, you should be good to go. My friend Shock, shout out to Shock on YouTube, recently did a tutorial on how to get less recoil with this. Highly recommend watching that if you're going to play Mute or use the SMG-11, which is the best gun in the game. Definitely go check that out. But fantastic. Definitely recommend playing Mute. Mute deserves his spot on the list without question. Next up on the list, going to be another SAS opera. That's my dog Smoke. I'm not a big Smoke player. Shock's a big Smoke player. I'm not. I'm a Mute. Now, let's take a look at why he's so unfathomably good. Same loadout. M590A, SMG-11. The 2 best, basically, in my opinion, the best combo in defense. Comes with a deployable shield. Pretty good. Comes with barb. Not bad. Also, another thing about Mute why he's so good. Comes with C4. Icing on the cake. 2-2, just like his remote gas grenade. This is... Whew. Mute is essentially, in my opinion, the best anchor. I'm going to say in my opinion a lot because a lot of these operators are like top 3 are all kind of like fighting for the same spot as anchor. He can deny areas for 15 seconds, can deny plant, can secure downs, and can cut off areas. So say there's 15-20 seconds left, you throw down a smoke grenade or 2, that area is unpushable. They have to push that smoke grenade and take damage. And that damage isn't a little bit of damage, it's a considerable amount, up to 15 to 20 per tick later on. Covers a massive area, also reduces sight, so it's a lot harder to see what you're shooting at when you're in the smoke, and on top of that, you're taking damage. And if you're lit at all, or you've taken damage previously in the round or something, there's a good chance you will die or go down to this. On top of that, it can also penetrate walls, and it's just overall really good. And he has 3 of them. So that's 45 seconds of denial from smoke in massive areas. In some cases, you can clear out entire rooms with just 1 smoke grenade and make it just unpushable, which is very good. You can use these early in the round, though it's unadvised, to, say, get easy damage done or to change the flow of the map toward your favor. But primarily, he's using anchor, late round, smoke grenades, and if he doesn't get anything done with smoke grenades, fantastic shotgun, also very good for making rotates, opening hatches, things like that. But fantastic shotgun, and then a fantastic secondary in the SMG-11 on top of this smoker. He's definitely a top 3 anchor alone, top 2 anchor alone, but easily top 5. Next up, another anchor. That's going to be Echo. Before bans were in the game, I would have easily had Echo number 1. Not even a question in my mind. But because Echo was banned a considerable amount because of his insane kit. Let's just start off with it. The Yokai Drone. He gets 2 of these. Each of them have 2 shots that refill over time. And if you guys don't know what the Yokai does, it's a little Roomba that flies. It goes up to the ceiling, sticks to the ceiling. It acts as a camera to get information. And on top of that, the secondary ability is it shoots these sonic darts. These sonic darts disorient enemies. Think about getting Alamine or Zofia stunned. It's just like that, but a little bit different. Instead of covering your screen up, it makes you shake a lot, so you can't really like control your aim. It's really weird. Messes your camera up, and it denies plants. So if someone's planting, you hit them with a Yokai dart, done planting. Can't plant anymore. They gotta restart the plant. And he has 4 of these. Incredible. Not to mention the Yokai drones are invisible, which makes them pretty hard to see. And if you tuck these away later in the round, good to go. Looking deeper in his loadout, comes with the Supernova and the P229. Both of these are actually not bad, but I wouldn't advise bringing them considering that he has access to the MP5 SD, which is better than the actual MP5 that Doc and Rook has. It's the same gun with a suppressor on it, but it does more damage and has a higher fire rate. That being said, he also has 30 ammo just like it, and has access to an ACOG, which is incredible. On top of this, he's also with 3 armor, 1 speed, which means he can tank quite a bit, and has another machine pistol secondary, very similar to how Smoke and Mewtwo. The Bearing 9 has lower fire rate, higher damage, with a higher capacity, although it does have more reach. So I'd only use this in last-ditch like scenario, or if someone's really close, you know you can get it, whip it out. Before the recoil nerfs to everything, he was incredibly good, and most people just honestly run around this Bearing 9 because it was unbelievably good. So this is Echo, and number 1 on those. So I had a hard time deciding if Echo would go first or if number 1 would go first on the list, but I really looked at it and I talked to some people, and I was like, Echo's really good. I'm a big Echo fan. I would have put him number 1 if it wasn't for bans, but because of bans, you see Echo banned out a lot. Now, who do you not see banned out a lot compared to Echo? Maestro. Though Echo gets banned out a lot, Maestro doesn't, which I don't understand why, considering Maestro is so much better. Maestro has a 3-1 as well, similar to Echo. This gadget's the evil eye. He's got 2 bulletproof cameras that shoot lasers. These lasers can destroy utility and damage. Not to mention that not only they're bulletproof, not only can they shoot lasers, they can see through smokes. They have infrared cameras, I guess you could say, or thermal cameras. They can see through smokes, through anything that, like, say, a defender is, or an attacker throws, like I said, smokes, through flashbangs via Ying, things like that. Incredibly good. He has 2 of them. They have 180-degree of motion in terms of what they can look at, and they are fantastic. They're usually used for denying plant and denying thermite charges in certain maps. Downstairs server banks are a good example. You see a lot of them there. And when you're attacking aviator games on Villa, you see a lot of them in study because of how good they are. They don't do a lot of damage, but it's still enough to down and even secure kills. They're absolutely fantastic, and you have to dedicate utility to removing them, which is extremely annoying. And if you play Wamai or a Jaeger, like we talked about earlier, it makes getting this piece of utility even harder, and they're crucial for information. Looking at his loadout, he's the Alda. This is probably the best gun for defense. 80-round mag LMG, 35 damage, 900 fire rate, low recoil. Now, it did get nerfed by taking the ACOG away, but that wasn't really a nerf considering the fact that it does so much damage and has such a high round count. The capacity of this is ludicrous. If they want to nerf this gun, they need to drop it down to 40, in my opinion. It just has too much ammo. It is absolutely insane. The ACOG, taking the ACOG away, didn't really do anything. On top of that, he's the Bailiff. This is a 5-shot pistol. usually used for opening rotates and stuff, which is pretty good. Not a lot of damage, and he has the revolver. This is a this is a different type of revolver than the Rook revolver or the Doc revolver. It has lower recoil and less damage, but still incredibly good, and can also it has the same destruction as like the Deagle and the revolver. So pretty good if you want to like say shoot open a wall and peek. Although he also has the Bailiff, which you can just shoot open the wall and peek that way. Also can make rotates with this, though it takes a while. And he also has access to impacts and barb. So regardless, he's ridiculous. This guy is ridiculous. I don't know how they really made it, like how he got through like testing. He legitimately needs to be nerfed still. He's still incredibly relevant and ranked. They either need to nerf his gun or his gadget by moving how far I can see side to side and say like a cooldown on the opening, because it is incredibly hard to destroy. And it's very easy if you're a good Maestro player to avoid getting destroyed entirely. Those are the 5. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you out picking operators for comp and ranked. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Vex here, and I usually don't make videos like this where I like talk into the camera with my face cam. Usually it's like stream highlights or like tip video like you just saw. But I really want to thank you guys a lot for the support recently. We just recently hit 1,700 followers on Twitch, which is really crazy considering that we started out this month with 1,400. So we've gained over 300 followers on Twitch this month, which is fucking awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. And on YouTube alone, in the last 30 days, my channel was pretty much dead. I only uploaded for fun. I only made YouTube videos for fun. But because I've been taking Twitch incredibly seriously, and because I've been really wanting to grow on Twitch, and I've been growing substantially, as well as Instagram I've been trying to grow on, I've decided to upload YouTube more. As you guys can tell, I have a schedule of 5 p.m., 4:30 p.m. every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And because of that, we're almost at 400 subs on YouTube now, which is fucking crazy. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. The goal is 1,000 subs on YouTube by the end of the year, and 2,000 followers on Twitch by the end of the year, as well as 500 Instagram followers. Thank you guys a lot. I fucking really appreciate it. It means a lot. It gives me motivation to keep going. So seriously, guys, thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys aren't sub, fucking sub. I make bangers. Some occasionally I make bangers. If you guys know what's going on. Again, guys, fucking thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That being said, many more to come, guys.